One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.
And we are here. We are live with MyTueSense. Hi, I am your host, Debra Mcglothurn, and this is my show, MyTueSense. And tell you a little bit about me. I'm a mother, daughter, sister, cousin, auntie, and friend. I'm caring, compassionate, considerate, loving, a romantic, a creative, and a lover of nature. I have a master's in business administration and a bachelor's in business and science. And I have 5 children that are giving me degrees that you'll never see on the wall. So that's a little bit about me. What is MyTueSense? MyTueSense is just topics that I feel that need to be discussed, need to be considered and shared. It's mostly motivation through exposure. It's not necessarily trending topics, though I will talk about trending topics from time to time. But for the most part, it's just something that I feel that needs to be shared. And I feel that if I think it's important to me, it's something that I need to know. It's also something that you need to know. So I will share my 2 cents. You share your 2 cents. And together, hopefully we can make some sense and make some minute changes in our lives and in the lives of those people around us. And with that being said, if you have a topic that you would like for me to discuss on my 2 cents and share my 2 cents about, just let us know. At the bottom of the screen, it will show the email address that you can send it to, or you can put a message in the comments and we'll get that as well. So if you want to be on the show, or if you have a topic that you would like for me to share, we'll do that. Just share, just talk to me, get at me some kind of way, right? And those of you on Facebook, I did put it in the description of this live. So milenova@gmail.com, and you can jot that down and get back to me on whatever topic that you want me to discuss. So what is the topic of the day? Well, today's topic is just a bunch of randomness. We'll talk about that more when we come back after this.
Business owners are raving about the new talk show, Strictly Business with host Rich Wallace. Tune in as the top experts in business share their success stories, strategies, guidance, and advice to help you grow your business. With guests from the top companies to your favorite influencers, Strictly Business with host Rich Wallace is the show to watch for all things business. Our conversations are strictly business. We discuss new funding options, new business initiatives, best business practices, all things business explained. We provide you with the tips you need for your business, all in one morning business talk show. Be sure to tune in. Are you a business owner? Do you have a story to share? Are you able to help our audience? Then we want you on Strictly Business with host Rich Wallace. Visit the website at edgetvnetwork.net and select Be a Guest to schedule your appearance today.
And we're back. Like I said, our topic for the day is just a bunch of randomness. So we're going to be having some random topics. So we'll discuss the random topics. And if you want to jump in on that, just do. Let me see. I'm not seeing. Okay. So the first random topic for today. For the last few days, I've had conversations with people and spoken to a couple of people, and they were talking about some of the things that they've always wanted to do, some things that they felt like, that they've always from every day. So if there's something that you share all the time with your friends or family, or there's something that you always find yourself helping them with, It's probably something that you have a passion for. It's probably something that you have a natural knack for. And you've probably said to yourself, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to share this. I'm going to start this. I'm going to start that. What are you waiting for? Permission? If you're waiting for permission, you got it. Here's my permission. Not that you need it, but if you want it, you got it. Whatever it is that you want to do, you officially have my permission to write that movie script. You have my permission to start that nonprofit. You have my permission to create those excursions. Whatever it is that you want to do, you now have permission. So what is it you're waiting for now? What's going to stop you from doing that? So I was talking to a girlfriend the other day, and she was talking about how she's going to be retiring in a year or so, and she was trying to figure out what it is that she wanted to do to create that retirement income. So she started talking about some of the things that she's looked into. She kind of didn't have an idea of what she wanted to do, but she kind of knew that she wanted to be in the area of finances or investments, but not quite sure if that's what she wanted to do. She just wanted to make sure that she found something that she's able to make money off of, after her retirement. She's in the school system right now. She's a teacher, but something that she wanted to do. Now, we started talking about some of the things that she said she wanted to dabble in, and she was talking about investments and stuff. And I was like, you know what? You've always done that. She's always wanted to help people. She's always wanted to show them, teach them about investing, teach them about investment strategies, just all type of financial education that she can share. And we had gotten onto the topic and the conversation, and she started talking about how she's like, yeah, I kind of wanted to do this, but there's so many people online. And I stopped her before she can even finish her sentence. I was like, so what? It doesn't even matter. And we probably talked about this before, because I will say this with a quickness. McDonald's and Burger King both sell hamburgers, and they will do it across the street from each other. They will do it in the same parking lot. It doesn't even matter. They do it. So don't let that be the reason that you don't do it because somebody else is doing it. You have it. You have your knack for it. Just do it. It doesn't matter who's doing the same thing. What you do inspires other people to do as well. Something that I often see some people online making comments about how people are copying them, or people are just trying to do the same thing that they're doing. It's not that they're hating. I feel like it's not that people are hating on you or people are trying to copy you. It's that you gave them the motivation, the encouragement to do whatever that was. It's like, oh, so-and-so is doing this. I've been wanting to do this forever. You probably already got it mapped out, laid out, written out, step by step by step of what you want to do and how you want to do it. But because you just haven't had that encouragement to do it, you didn't get that push. When you saw someone else doing it, you do it. It's like when you see anything that happens for the first time, the first whatever it was, right behind that, the first iPhone, the first black bank owner, the first shoemaker, whatever it was, right behind that came somebody else doing the same thing. And it may have been that they've been wanting to do that, but just got the motivation to do it because you can see that it can be done. And when we see that it can be done, it's easier for us to step out and do that, right? One of the things that we talked about with the kids, and it's something that I saw online, where you have the kids jump, right? And you have this much space. They jump just over that space, right? You take the space a little wider. They jump just over that space. You take it wider. They jump just over that space, and take it as wide as you can take it, right? And they still jump over that space. And the thing about it was they could always have jumped over the widest space, but they didn't feel a need to go that far. They didn't feel like they needed to do that, or that they could do that. When I talked about, doing the push-up challenge, and I was like, I can't do no 200 push-ups. I didn't even know if I could do 100 push. I didn't even know if I could do 50 push-ups. But getting down there and just doing it, I realized not only could I do the 50 push-ups, I could do the 100 push-ups. Now, I didn't even try to do the 200 push-ups, but I have no doubt in my mind that I could have done the 200 push-ups had I really wanted to. My thing about doing the extra work like that, and even with weights, and I'm definitely not a gym person, but I always want to stay feminine looking. I already look athletic. I already have some kind of cuts and, in my muscles and stuff, sporty. So I just never wanted to be that extra. So I have no reason to do 200 push-ups for anybody. But that just reminded me of that. Sometimes you don't know that you can do it, and you feel like when you see somebody else do it, you finally get the urge, the confidence, the motivation to be able to just step out there and do what you can do all the time. You just didn't know that you had it in you. Whenever you have people breaking records, somebody did it and they felt like they can do it too because somebody else did it, right? That was whenever I have 5 kids, and I told you guys that earlier. During my pregnancy, because each one of them was different, but I would always say to myself that so many women before me have done this, have gone through this, have accomplished this. So even though it feels like a challenge and it feels different and it feels scary, because all of it can always feel scary, something that you've never done before, and even something that you have done before, like having babies, is different every time. But something that you want to do, something you have a passion for, something that you have a knack for, just get out there and do it, because what you'll find that if you don't do it, you'll never get it done. If you don't start taking those steps to walk that mile, you'll never get that mile walked, right? But if you just start, eventually you'll get to the end of that mile and you'll make it happen. So whatever it is that you do that inspires people, just keep doing. A lot of times you give them encouragement, to get out of their own way and just get it done. But do that. So that was one of the first random topics of conversation that I wanted to talk about. Just being out there and just being ready to do some of the things that you want to do, because we stand in our own way a lot of times. And, we're in our own mind, we're on our own brain. And I'm not just talking to you guys. There's some things that I've said for years that I wanted to do X, Y, Z. And I haven't put it on the list, but trust and believe, I'll start scratching stuff off of, those things that I want to do and things that I, said that I've always wanted to do, and just get them done. So I have been working on my list. Are you working on your list of things that you like to do, or that you've always said that you wanted to do? I was talking to another gentleman, and he was talking about something that he wanted to do and had wanted to do all his life. And because, I talked about some of the things that I do, and I do a lot of different stuff. I wear a lot of different hats. So we were talking about writing. So I'm a poet, but I also write. I'm writing. I've never written one before, but I'm writing a movie script. And he was telling me about how he wanted to write a movie. And he actually wanted to do a series, not necessarily a movie. He wanted to do a series. And his series, he already had it laid out in his brain as to what he wanted to do. And I just started asking him some questions. So what time period do you want it to be in? What setting, what location do you want it to be in? What area, what city, what state, whatever. And he started answering these questions. And what are these characters? He's telling me about the characters. He's telling me what's happening in the story. And I'm like, are these male? Are they female? Are they, what's going on? And he's like, I didn't even think about that. But the more I engaged in questions, a lot of the questions he had the answers to, and some of the questions he didn't have answers to, but it put thoughts in his mind about what he can do with this story, with this series, actually, not just a story. I don't know that I can, I'm creative enough to write a series. I can do a story and be done, and be through with it, but a series is like, it's ongoing. I have a lot of respect for anybody that can write a series and just keep the story going and going and going and going. Even to have a movie and you have sequels to the movie, prequels to the movie, or whatever, all of that, to me, it takes a lot. It takes a lot, because and it's like something that I was hearing Chris Brown, he was talking about every time that he does a concert, he wants to do better than he did the last time, because you came and saw last time. He's like, he got to do better than that, got to do better than that. So you kind of put some challenges on himself. And so as far as writing a series, for me, now, will I get this movie script finished? Hopefully I'll get it finished before too much longer. But I've come a long way with it. And as a matter of fact, there was a couple of books that I wanted to write, and one of them I had started writing, had got it laid out. It was 12 chapters. I had the chapters all titled and described. I knew what was happening in this book all along. And there certain chapters that I had gone in and already had started writing, and then my computer got stolen. So that got lost. And this was some years ago. I never did get back into writing that story. I may one day write it again, but I kind of feel like it's gone, it's dead, on to the next one. So the one that I'm writing right now, I've got it probably 65%, 70% written out. 65, 70% maybe. Because I'm looking at maybe an hour and a half, and I probably have like an hour of the script with this movie. But just staying with it. So is there something that you feel like you want to do? Even with publishing my books of poetry, I know I've told you guys about this, a 60 Days of Poetry book. I wrote it in 60 days, got it published within 2 weeks after that, everything done. But there was also a book that I published later that I had been writing for years, and I had been putting it together for years. And I had actually put it together and had almost completed it. I had it ready, designed, ready to send it to print, and my laptop died. So I didn't lose the book this time, but I lost the final version of what I had. So it was still a matter of having to regroup, go back in there, put it back together, remove what I wanted to remove, put back in what I wanted to put back in, and, just start, get it back together again. So I did get that together, and I did get it done. And once I did the first book, it was easy to do the second book. And since the second book has 2 versions of it, it was even easier to do the other version even though I did the analysis version before I did the original version. But anyway, it was easier to get it done. And the more that I did it, the more easy it became for me to do it. So just saying, get out there and just get started. Whatever it is that you have in your mind, whatever it is that you have a passion for, and people always asking you advice on. I had this guy that I used to talk to on a regular basis. It was somebody that I worked with, and we would talk just from time to time. And he told me, he's like, you always listen really well. You always pay attention to what I have to say, and you give me good advice. And he's like, I want to hire you. I want you to coach me. So I want to pay you to coach me through this particular situation that he was going through. And you'd be surprised at how people pay attention to the things that you do, and how the things that you do and the things that you say give them so much value, and how it means so much to them, especially if you're being your true authentic self. You guys probably get tired of hearing me say that, but just being your real true authentic self, and sharing and caring and giving, you know, whatever it is that you have to give, whatever it is that you have to share. Just like my girlfriend, with her in the financial stuff and the investment stuff, she's always shared that information. She's always done that. So when she's talking about, retiring and trying to find something to do, well, why don't you do what you do? She already said that that's something that she wants to get into. She's still doing it right now. She does it herself, as far as the investment, but she wants to get deeper into it. She's just going to do it. And I told her, just do it. What you aim for? It don't matter what nobody else is doing. You do it. You do it. Okay. The next topic, random topic of conversation that I wanted to have was, this is a pet peeve. It really irks me when, let me see how I want to say this, because it particularly irritates me for men to do it, but it's not just for men, and it's not just men that do it. But I see a lot of times when people do not take accountability for the things that they do, the things that they say, the behaviors that they have. And then they look at the situation and they feel like it's the other person. It's always the other person. And even if they get out of that relationship and into another relationship and they're doing the exact same thing, they're not going to get any better. You didn't fix it because you didn't look at yourself the first time to see what you were doing, how you were doing, why this happened. Did you look at yourself and say, well, what part did I play in the failure of this relationship, or that ending of this relationship? Could I have done something different? Could I have said something different? Could I behave in a different way? But when you're looking at relationships and it's gone wrong, and I see it because in men, because women talk to me, about stuff that they're going through. So I know it's not just men, but whenever I hear those stories about, what he did, how he acted, how he behaved, and how he won't accept responsibility or accountability for what it was that he did. That's why I say men, because it kind of, but women the same. We still have to also be willing to accept responsibility and take accountability for the things that we do, and the things that we say. Because sometimes it's us. Sometimes it's our fault. Sometimes we are the problem. So whatever that situation is, always take stock in what happened. What did I do? What did I do wrong? What if, just like, debriefing from an event or something that you put on, something that you did, you want to go back, analyze it. What did we do right? What did we do wrong? What could we have done better? You always want to take that. So you always want to check yourself. And that's what I call it. I check myself. And whether it's a conversation that you had that you feel that you could have handled a little bit differently, whether it was a situation that you could have handled it differently. Because a lot of times when we go back and look at it, it's like, ooh, I can see how they could have taken that differently because of the way I said, or what I said, and the way that I said it. Or I see how they could have taken that differently from their perspective, because the perspective makes a huge difference on how somebody receives something. So when you're looking at perspective, and I try to consider people's perspective as well as mine, and put myself in their shoes and say, well, I can understand how, they can feel that way or feel that. And, just try to talk through the conversation and try to work it out, try to fix it, whatever that is. But I try to personally take responsibility and be accountable for what it is that I do and say, because I'm not always right. Sometimes I mess up. Sometimes I say the wrong thing. Sometimes I say it in the wrong way. And sometimes, what I do or say can be taken differently. But with all of that being said, if you can take accountability for whatever it is that you're doing, I would appreciate that. Me, if nobody else will tell you that, I'm going to tell you that I will appreciate that. You just taking responsibility for your actions. The next thing that I say, and after this, we're going to take a commercial break, but is being a muse. Not amuse, but amuse, being that encouragement. Sometimes you have no idea what effect that you have on people that just love you to death. Like you are the sunshine for them. So when they hear from you, or you give them a word of encouragement, or you say something to them, or you compliment something that they did or said, or whatever it was, it makes that much more difference. Because, they put so much more stock in your word. When you have a baker that compliments your cake, you know that they've seen some good cakes. They've fixed some good cake. They made some good cakes. They know a good cake. So if they're telling you that this is really good, you are going to take that, right? And you might be, I don't know, your head might swell behind it. But be that muse. Take that time, put that little effort, that extra little something that makes somebody feel something, because you never know what it does for their day, their week. Sometimes it's like we're going through stuff and we're feeling stuff and we're not just in a good place. A lot of times we're in our own head, and that's the thing. We're in our own life. We got our own thing going on. We don't see around these blinders in our little bubble, what's going on out there. So I wanted to just tell you to, if someone comes to mind, someone crosses your mind, you think about someone, take that time in that moment. Don't wait. In that moment, because sometimes it's like, I've been calling you for the last 3 days, ain't picked up the phone one time. Just in that moment, they cross your mind. If you're able to, in that moment, they cross their mind. Send them a text message, give them a call, whatever. Reach out to them, because you never know. And it usually works out. I was thinking about you too. I needed this conversation. And so many times that we feed off of each other. It's like you encourage them and they encourage you, because you encouraged them. That encouraged you too. It's like, I thought I was doing all wrong. I feel so much better. But be a muse. So we're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to get back into a few other of my random conversations. We'll be back.
Good news for the Southern California business community. Now you can add your business to the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce Business Directory complimentary. We have been working tirelessly to build a list of Black-owned enterprises in Southern California. This is an excellent way for you to be a part of an expansive network and find your ideal customers, business partners, and vendors. So don't waste time. Visit blackchamberofcommerce.org today and add your business today.
And we are back. So my next, random topic of conversation um, is to just relax. So you guys know that or those of you who have watched the show before, a couple weeks ago, I went for my very first in life professional massage. And so earlier this week, I got another massage. So the first one, it was amazing. It was like, where has this been all my life? How come I didn't do this before, kind of thing, right? So I had been doing and going and being, doing a lot of different stuff. So I was really achy and sore. And I have some traveling that I'm going to be doing as well. And you know how that gets to you as well. So I was wanting to get another massage. And so I scheduled myself to get a massage the other night. So I go into this massage. And while I'm there, I'm thinking, now I'm in the massage and I'm thinking about how I can put my leg in a better position for him to be able to get to it better, or move my arm in a certain way for him to be able to get to it better, right? And then it dawned on me, this man knows what he's doing. I don't need to help him do anything. And I'm going to bring Nikisha on. She's going to come on with this conversation in a bit because I want to get her take on part of this. But
hey,
hey, Nikisha, y'all say hey to Nikisha. She is behind the scenes doing all the work. But anyway, so I was there in this massage and I'm in my head about how I can fix this for him, how I can do better for him. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Sit, be yourself still and let this man do his job and just sit there and enjoy your massage. So I had to remind myself to just relax, because while I'm focusing on, how I could be moving and making this better for him, I'm not thoroughly enjoying my massage like I should be, like I could be, because I'm not focused there. So I'm one of those people that will go to an event and know absolutely nobody. But if I'm planning on going, I'm going to be there early and they may not have everything together. I'm going to jump in and help out. I'm just start helping. I'm not going to sit down. I'm going to just start helping. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with helping. But sometimes you need to just enjoy what's going on. Do you have that problem, Nikisha, just enjoying an event? Are you able to just walk in there and just sit down and,
Yeah, I think it's time and place. So like if it's a family event, I usually can sit down because there's no pressure, you know everybody. But if I'm at an event where, you don't know anybody, I think just wanting to like be involved is just a way of not wanting to sit down and be bored or have people look at you all weird. So you're right. I do pretend I prefer to go to an event where I have something to do or I'm like active. I have like a role or a job to do, because just to sit there, I'm like, nobody needs me. There's nothing I need to do. And then I know you were asking me about this before, and I was kind of thinking, I was like, I wonder if it's like my ego, because it's like I need to be involved, I need to be important, I need to be doing something. So I don't know if it's just I can't sit down or if it's my ego. I don't know. It could be both of those.
I don't know, but I think it's like you were saying, it's kind of awkward when you're sitting there and you're having conversations with people or not having conversations with people, and you're twiddling your thumbs and you're like, I could be doing something, I should go help out with that. And maybe there's some kind of syndrome about, not being able to just be still. It probably
like
is.
A restless leg syndrome.
Yeah. It's like you can't not do something. But I'm always showing up at something and I just throw myself in it, which I have no problem doing. And I don't think it's any problem with people doing that. I'm sure they appreciate having the help, but sometimes you just need to enjoy it. Just enjoy it. So I was at this graduation a couple of weeks ago. And was it even a couple of weeks ago? Last weekend, maybe? Not this past weekend, but last weekend. And Dee was there. You know Dee. she was there and she was kind of taking things, and
Love Dee.
I kept asking her, is there anything you need me to, is anything you need? I don't know, we love Dee. Is anything you need help with? You need me to do anything? Da, da, da. And she was like, no. And she's serving me. She's like bringing me food, and she's like taking care of, making sure that I have this. And I felt like she's making me just sit down and just, enjoy it. And the crazy part is that we deserve that too. We deserve to be served. We deserve to for someone to wait on us hand and foot, just like we go out for everybody else. We deserve to have that opportunity to just sit still and just do it.
100%. Yeah,
So
we
I was
gotta.
taking
I don't know if
pictures,
it's something we
but
gotta
even
work on, or if we're just givers.
yeah, but you know what? Just like even with the massage, like Deborah, stop. Just be still and enjoy your massage. Cause it's like I felt like in that moment, like I'm always helping people. I'm always going above and beyond. I'm always doing the most for other people. And I also deserve for somebody to do the most for me. You know, for
Yes.
me to be able to just receive that, because a lot of times givers are hard to receive. It's difficult for
Yeah.
them to receive. Those people that go above and beyond, and that's always the helper and always the strong one and always the confidant or whatever. Sometimes they need that as well. They need somebody to be that for them. How hard is that?
So hard. I'm always working on it. Right now I'm probably just in a season of giving, so I'm not going to work on it too hard, but it is something to be very mindful of, because it shouldn't be that big of a deal to sit down and rest, especially if nobody's asked you to help her. Like Dee, she has such a servant's heart, so she's definitely going to want to do stuff for you. I already knew Dee's not going to let you do anything, but my grandmother was like that. Like, nobody could go into her kitchen. We couldn't help her clean up. And so, I think there are some people who are just kind of like that. They like to go and they give, but I think you're also important to remember that you can't pour from an empty cup. So it's important to figure out how you get replenished if you are going to be a giver like that. Because
Right. You
I
know
always
what?
say
And
that.
as far as I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say that givers have to have boundaries because takers have none.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think I'm more in a place where um, I can see the takers, and it's just a matter of how much I want to give
There you
for
go.
this particular person. So that part of it, I'm cool with. Um, Something that I have learned to do is to rest. So if I'm tired, if I'm exhausted, and I've been getting involved with a lot of different things. I like to be active. I like to be doing stuff. And I have found this group and they have all this stuff. That's how I did the kickball picnic. And there's in this app, there's these people that are every single day. This is going on. Y'all want to meet over here? This is going on. Y'all want to come over here? I'm like, Jay, are you going somewhere? Are you outside every day? Every day? I'm not trying to be outside. I just want to stay active. I want to do
You
things,
just
and
want to play outside a little bit.
I want to play. And I'm not because I'm not the party person. Although I will go to, and that may be also a part of the events too. It's like I'm not a party person. I can go, and I used to work with this bar and lounge, and it was at a hotel, and they had this ballroom, and they had the bar and stuff. Now, in public, I don't really dance like that, right? But because I'm working at this place, I'm working at this bar, I want people to enjoy themselves. I will get out there on the dance floor just to get people on the dance floor. I will walk out into the crowd and grab somebody and put them on the dance floor. I remember I was at an event and I was there with a plus one, and we had got on the dance floor and it was just the two of us dancing. And so we were having a conversation. I was like, you know how you can get people on the dance floor? He's like, how's that? I'm like, you just go and grab them and bring them out, pull them out. And he's like, oh, you want to do that? I'm like, yeah, you pay for that? He was like, yeah. So I went and grabbed the gentleman. He went and grabbed the woman, and we brought them on the floor. And then more people start coming out on the floor. I will easily do that for the sake of the event, but
Right.
I,
You
I don't
know,
really
what's
want to.
interesting is that's actually like what's so funny about what you're saying is that's like an actual it's an old network marketing tip that like if you're having a party or an event, instead of just inviting people, ask them to bring something or ask them to do something at the event, because people are far more likely to come to your event if they feel like they have some type of a role or responsibility. So that's just another
Right,
tip. If you're out there and you're
right.
saying like, how do you get more people to come to my event, give them a job or a role or responsibility, because people like me and Deborah are like, yeah, well, Deborah's going to come out either way. I'm not going to come out, but
I will
Deborah will
come
be
out by
there. You're going to
myself.
give me
Exactly.
a job.
But that's crazy though. But I have learned to rest. When I need to rest, when I need to take a break, I will take a break. If I need to sleep, like even when I was talking about I needed a massage, the it was like 2 days before I was trying to go and get a massage that day, and it just didn't work out. And then the next day, I was feeling the exhaustion, but I felt like part of the reason that I felt so exhausted was because I wasn't getting a lot of sleep at night because I'm online looking for my daughter's birthday is coming up. So I'm searching for her birthday presents. I'm scrolling through and I'm looking for me a serger. I want to get a serger. One of the girls I was asking, do you have a serger that's just out there collecting dust? She's like, I had to look it up and see what that was. But it's a sewing machine that cuts while you're sewing.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
So I'm looking for, so I'm scrolling and I'm up late trying to find her, birthday presents and, just making sure that I'm doing her. And before I know it, it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And it was like, oh, shoots, I need to go to bed. And I've been working with this AI stuff, working on some marketing, and me and Chat GPT been fighting over some particulars, which, so I have this I've always been ever since I got my first computer, into desktop publishing. So I was a desktop publishing queen. I did everything: the banners, the cards, the invitations, the tickets. I made everything. And I had a friend that was asking about something, and I kind of stepped away from doing all of that. And I let everybody, because I don't have to do everything, right? So there
Right,
was this
right.
guy that he into designing, and so I was designing something for a friend. So I was a go-between between this designer and my friend.
Mhm.
I kept going. I know this designer was just, I was on his last nerve because I wanted to tweak it. I wanted to tweak it. I got this thing and that thing, and I changed this. Can you make this font a little bigger? Do this a little, because that's me. I get down there and I want to make it to be perfect, right? So when I have somebody else doing it, that's hard because I'm gonna send it back because I don't like it. If I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, I'm gonna tell you I don't like it. And so what I was laughing at that, and I was like, at least with Chat GPT, I'm the only one getting frustrated. So if I'm talking to them, they can't get mad at me, upset with me because I'm nitpicking at whatever, whatever, whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, so I just have to understand, Deborah, don't get frustrated with the AI tool. It's trying to do what it says. It's trying to give you on the free version of whatever it is. Just take your time, have some patience, and keep going. And I keep running out of time. It's like, we couldn't we couldn't create this because we have to wait till 9:45. And I'm like, ooh, because if I was dealing with somebody and I give them tweaks and changes, they're not going to come back immediately. They're going to come back maybe the next day, a few hours later, whatever. I'm like, okay. When I did that, I helped myself relax and not be so frustrated with the mistakes. And the main thing that I'm working on is a pull up for my book signings. And so I sent my book covers and I sent my picture, right? The author's picture, and it keeps reimagining them. I'm like, no, I need the book cover to look like the book cover.
Right?
And two of
Stop
those book
thinking on your
covers
own.
have artwork on it, and it's like the artist is not going to like this if they see this, and it's not their artwork. It's not like they drew it. It's not what the book looks like. So that's what we're basically fighting over. We got the design. It's just my picture. They keep trying to change it up, switching it up, changing. In every transition, I look different. It may start out looking like me, but then, and the book covers is like, so I just started doing one prompt for one piece of it at a time and see how that works. No, I was like, okay, so I got to be line by line, which I'm going to have the patience to do it. Because if it was somebody else, I would be on their last nerve. We probably would have already gotten there. But anyway, let's see. So that was basically the topics that I wanted to discuss. We're already at 7:00, and I always want to have a challenge reminder. So my challenge reminder. Oh, before I do that, I just want to remind you, this is my 2 cents, and I would like to share my 2 cents. You share your 2 cents, and perhaps together we can make some sense and make some minute changes in our lives and in the lives of the people around us, right? And with that being said, my challenge for the day is for you to dust off those old ideas that keep popping up in your life and just do it already. Just do it already. You know you want to do it. It's been on your mind and it keeps coming up. Throughout your life, it keeps coming up. These ideas keep popping back up. Just do it. So dust off those old ideas that keep popping up in your life and do it already. And this is Debra Mcglothurn signing off with my 2 cents.
One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.